Hello and welcome to the RV Living Show. In this episode, I'm going to share my number one money saving tip for RVing. So you're going to want to stay tuned. Hello, friends. Welcome back to the RV Living Show. I'm Luann Street of Design Your RV Life. And today I'm going to be diving into my number one money saving tip for my RV life. So as we get started today, I just want to take a minute and think about all the expenses that you have when you RV, whether you're full-time or part-time, you're buying stuff for your RV, you're paying for campground reservations and deposits and things for when you travel, you're paying for fuel, and again, buying all the things that you need, which we know is many, many things. I'd like to welcome you guys today into the show thinking about how you can save more money than ever before. And it's not what you think it is. I get asked all the time, what is your, most used campground membership that, saves you money? Well, in my 5 years of full timing, I can tell you that there isn't just one campground membership that is the one that I use. And I actually have another episode on that, so I can link that in the show notes below. But this is kind of an unusual way of approaching and actually saving money on your camping and your RV life. So just a full disclaimer as we dive into this number one money saving tip, I am not condoning debt. But I do want to share with you the strategy that I use to save a lot of money on my campgrounds. And this is the one that Brian and I used for the 5 years we were full timing. It's the one that I still use now as I get ready to start full timing again, saving up that savings so that I have that to pay for my campground reservations. So let's dive in. So my number one saving tip is a Capital One Venture Travel Rewards card. And I know it sounds like I'm promoting debt, or, if Dave Ramsey's listening, he's not going to like this because he doesn't think we should have credit cards, or maybe, the debt that you can get in trouble with, but I'm not condoning that at all. Okay. So for the last 7 years, I have used this Capital One Ventures Travel Rewards credit card. And I'm going to put the link right here because I have a referral link that you can actually sign up for this card and start getting the points on this card to help you do this very strategy that I am doing. So you can check that out at designyourrvlife.com/Capital One. If you use this referral link, yes, I do. I think I get some points on my card, but the strategy that I use with this is so important, and I really recommend it. I do not recommend debt. Full disclosure, I pay this card off every month. I don't want you to incur debt or ever accuse me of telling you to incur debt, because that is not what this is about. So I use this strategy, and this is kind of how it got started. I wanted to simplify my full-time RV life. I wanted to not have these bills all the time coming into my mailbox, that now I'm full-time. I have a mailbox that is not physical anymore, at least physically available to me, right? Because it's virtually available to me. And I have another episode on how to get your RV mail that we'll link down in the show notes. So I wanted to simplify that. I didn't want a bunch of bills to pay while I was on the road. I wanted to make sure that everything was in one place, that I could be able to look at my finances at any given moment, see how much money I spent for the month, and be able to then, with one payment a month, pay off the credit card. The reason that I like this card is that it gives you $2 for every dollar, or 2 points, I should say, for every dollar that you spend. And again, it doesn't matter, food, gas, campground reservations, your just regular life in general. if you can put it on this credit card, you accrue these points really quickly, and you don't have to use them to actually make the reservation for the campground or make the reservation for your travel. Like if you're listening to this and you want to use your points to fly, you don't actually have to book with it. You can use it, what they call, to erase your expenses. So what we started doing is accumulating these points on this card. So we would use it for everything in our life, everything that would let us use our credit card. And then we would accumulate these points. And then at the end of the month, or whenever I, wanted to offset some of our expenses, I went into the rewards part and I actually was able to erase different campgrounds that we had stayed at. And it's this list of expenses that come into there. So what you can erase, or purchase eraser, and I'm not sure if this is the one that has that lingo, but it's the same idea. You go into the list and it would populate. So my campground reservations, my propane purchases, my fuel purchases, and some really strange things that they thought was travel would show up in this list that then I would be able to apply my points to and write them off. So about every 2 months, I was able to write off around $500 to $600 of our campground fees, which can be close to a month of staying somewhere. So this is a really great way of saving money. Again, you don't want to accumulate debt. You want to use this as a tool to be able to have your expenses paid for. And as you accumulate these points, you can use them on your RV life. And so this absolutely is hands down the best thing that I did for us. Now, if you get a Capital One's card, you also can get a referral link like I did, and you are going to be able to share it with your friends and get points also to help offset your RV expenses. So I just want you to think about how you could use this in your RV life. I still do this now, even though I know I'm filming right now from inside my home. Everything that I pay for throughout the month is put on this card, and then I pay it off at the end of the month. And I accumulate these points. And so when I travel next week, I'm going to be heading off in my camper and I'm going to have a great time. And once I pay that for that campground, I'm going to be able to find it in my rewards list, and I'm going to be able to erase that expense. And this is better than any campground membership because but the beauty of it is you can also use it in conjunction with your campground memberships. So if you've got Good Sam and you're saving 10%, or if you had a Passport America that you used on a certain one and you got 50% off, you can still offset these fees with your Capital One Venture card. I really wanted to share this with you because this strategy has helped me so much. It's helped us save so much money, and it's something that you can actually integrate into your life. This particular one that I applied for had a fee associated to it. There may be another one that doesn't have a fee, but I can't vouch for that. But the one that I have has the fee, but it totally offsets anything that I am using it for because I pay it off every month. I don't ever pay any interests, and I'm gaining those points on every dollar that I spend. So I hope this was helpful to you. I would love it if you would share in the comments below this video or this podcast episode, how or what is your number one money saving tip? Because you know what, we can all learn from each other. So I'm super excited to share this with you. Please take advantage of applying for this and getting the strategy started in your RV life so you can save money too. So I look forward to seeing you next week on the RV Living Show. Take care, friends. Thanks for coming. Thank you for joining me for the RV Living Show. I hope this episode helps you in creating an RV life that you love. Until next time, I encourage you to stop wondering and start wandering.